It's officially July, which means hopefully here in the UK, we might just get a bit of sun. But on another note, a more brighter note, I should say, pun intended, let's take a look at the top 5 niches for July. So in this video, we're going to be going over 5 niches, and I'm going to be telling you how much some of them are making, what the designs are, if they're doing well, if they're using good keywords, and then at the end, I'm going to break down evergreen niches as well, because I feel like everyone needs evergreen niches that they can sell throughout the year. If you're new here, by the way, I'm Shimmy and I like to create videos talking about print on demand, business, making money online, and I like to share with you everything that I'm doing, what's working, what's not working. So if any of this interests you, please feel free to check out my other videos on my channel, and if you want, subscribe and help me get to 50,000 subscribers. Let's start with the first niche. The Euros. Now, you might not know what the Euros are, but I hope you do know what the Euros are. The Euros is a football tournament that happens every 4 years, except for this year. It was slightly unique because of COVID. It got pushed forward to 2021. And the final of the Euros, who we don't know who's actually in it yet, is happening on Sunday the 11th of July. It's going to be an absolutely massive event, especially if England actually make it to the final, because we beat Germany. We got quite far so far, so who knows, right? It could be a whole host of different countries. All I do know is it's going to be extremely popular and people are going to want to rep their country. So not only during the build-up will people want to wear t-shirts repping their country, repping their teams and, their favorite players, but after there is a winner, even more t-shirts, millions is going to be made from t-shirt sales, from print on demand sales. The only thing you have to be wary of with this niche is you do not want to be breaking any trademark or copyright issues, so you have to be extra careful. And I've made sure to include a link in the description where you can find out all the trademark websites for all the different countries, the UK, the US, Germany, all different European countries, so that you can check to see if a design is okay. What I recommend doing, if you don't care about a specific team, then just create designs for a whole host of different teams, a whole host of different countries, and whoever goes through, that could end up being your most popular shirt. Or if you're incredibly patriotic and you don't want to make t-shirts for other countries, then just make t-shirts for your country and hopefully they end up going through and doing quite well. You're going to have to be really, really creative here. You're going to have to really think outside the box because you don't want to mess up with any trademarks. For example, for England fans, right, the phrase "it's coming home" is a very, very famous phrase when it comes to football, in Euros, the World Cup, all of those kind of things. Now, the term "it's coming home" is actually trademarked with a specific design. However, you could probably have your own design and it would be absolutely fine. I would recommend checking this with, a lawyer or something. But if you can do that phrase, then that phrase alone can be designed in so many different ways and can get so many sales in of itself. Now, if we have a look at Merch Informer for the Euros 2021, we can see all of these designs are basically not allowed. So people are actually trying to get away with selling, t-shirts with the 3 lions on it, with the players' names on the back, with the Union Jack flag, with all these different concepts that completely are just not allowed. So like I said earlier, and I'm going to stress, please think outside the box and try and come up with something unique that could either be really, really funny or serious or whatever, but funny does tend to work really well. Okay, the second niche. The second niche is the Tokyo Olympics. Now, I know this is very similar to the Euros, and another one where you have to be incredibly careful with, just because a lot of things are trademarked here. The only difference, or the biggest difference between this and the Euros, is with the Olympics you have so many more sports and so many more countries, which means you have so many more potential different ideas you could do. Now, the Olympics is taking place between the 23rd of July and the 8th of August. So no matter what platform you're selling on, be it Amazon, Etsy, Redbubble, Teespring, you have plenty of time in terms of shipping your t-shirts or whatever, your stickers, your leggings, your backpacks out to customers in time. So definitely get cracking on. Think outside the box with this one as well. Now, this one design that's kind of related to the Olympics did catch my eye and I thought it was really, really funny. I'm unsure if it's allowed. It's borderline, right? It is borderline, but it caught my eye. check it out, it's really, really funny. It might only be getting a few sales right now, but as soon as we get closer and closer to the Olympics, it's only going to pick up its pace in terms of how many sales it's getting. Okay, here is the design I was talking about. I think it's brilliant. You've got donuts in the shape of the Olympic rings. It's just perfect. Now, in terms of how they've used the word Olympic there, I'm not entirely sure, but it's literally spot on perfect. It's a bit out the box, it's funny, and it's okay. I mean, I don't know if it's 100% allowed, but it looks like it's okay. Now, at the moment, they're selling at $19.95, and if we look at the stats here, they're getting 128 sales a month. It's not very many. It's about 2,500 in revenue, and maybe 500 or 600 in profit because they have that high price margin. All I'll say is, the Olympics haven't happened yet. So the nearer we get to the Olympics, the more sales this person is probably going to be getting. And this is the type of stuff I'm saying. Think of stuff that is funny, that is relatable to the Olympics, and then try and make designs. Just be careful of the keywords that you use. And of course, be careful of the design that you use. For example, here, they haven't used any keywords that aren't okay over here. But over here, they've used the word Olympic. I'm not sure if that's going to be okay. And then in terms of price, maybe you can try and price yourself slightly more competitively. But either way, this is a great design, and it just goes to show that it can work. Even if it's slightly obscure to the Olympics, it could still be really, really funny and relevant. The next one is Christmas in July. This might sound like a weird one, but any excuse to celebrate Christmas, and obviously we're going to take it. So this originated a very, very long time ago, and then a movie came out around this topic. And it didn't take long for retailers to get on board with the idea of Christmas in July, because it means, well, they could make more money during that time. And you'll actually find that in July, there are a lot of sales. There's a lot of money being made for retailers based around this concept. Now, obviously, we know it's not Christmas, right? It's July. It's hopefully the summer. Wherever you are, hopefully the sun is shining. However, that doesn't mean people don't go above and beyond to celebrate the 24th and the 25th of July and literally buy a lot of stuff. And after looking at various tools and different websites and seeing what's working and what's not working, it turns out Christmas in July, the phrase, is actually quite a popular one. So let's check out the computer, let's check out some designs and see what people are doing here. The next one is this. Just a girl who loves Christmas in July. Now, it doesn't have to be just a girl who loves Christmas in July, because you've also got Christmas in July. You've got another just a girl who loves Christmas in July, and then Christmas in July. So you can see this niche is definitely a popular one. People really seem to be into Christmas in July. And in terms of how much this particular design is making, well, they're getting around 300 sales a month. Their revenue is $5,000. So it's not a crazy amount of money. And no, these niches aren't going to make you millionaire. But what it could do is it could bolster your or kickstart, I should say, your merch journey, or it could just get you a couple of extra sales, a couple more thousand every single month. So in terms of how much this one is doing, it's probably doing a bit less. This is getting, let's have a look. This is getting 226 sales, around 3,000, but then with this profit margin, they're probably making nothing. So this could be a very, very new seller, and they're just looking to kickstart their March by Amazon business, right? And you can see these designs, they're not particularly good. You could easily out-design this. And then finally, we got this one again. I'm not the biggest fan of these designs. You might be, I don't know, but I definitely think that you could create some really, really cool designs, better than these, that could do really, really well. The fourth niche is a good one, and that is back to school. Now, this might be slightly premature, seeing as it's only July, and in the UK, we haven't even broken up from school yet. I know, our summer holidays are absolutely ridiculous. 6 weeks long, I believe. It's just wrong, all right? We should all take on board American summer holidays. Is it 3 months, I think? Let me know in the comments if it's 3 months, because obviously I'm not from America. But either way, back to school is a super popular niche, so it's best to get in on this niche earlier rather than later. And this can relate to so many different years, to university, to college, to all these different years, all these different age groups you could create designs for. Personally, I think the most popular one is going to be pre-K, kindergarten, year 1, grade 1, grade 2, those sort of ages, just because those sort of ages, the parents are still buying clothing for their children. So you could get away with cheesier, more corny kind of designs. Whereas the older you get, you're going to have to start, thinking of different kind of things. For example, I pause my game to start grade 10, right? Or I don't know, I pause my game to go to university. This is just what I came up with the top of my head, but this is going to be a very, very popular niche and you want to get in on it nice and early. So let's have a look at some back to school t-shirt ideas on the computer and see what we can come up with. And this is the back to school niche. Now you could see this is with kindergarten. I did say it does work a bit better with kindergarten because the kids are just a bit younger, which means their parents are going to be dressing them anyways. This one says, I'm ready for kindergarten, but is it ready for me? Now they've got a whole bunch of incredible keywords here. This is a fantastic design. I love the colors. It all goes really, really well. And in terms of how much they're making, well, they're not actually doing too badly. So let's just refresh this and make sure it's the right one. So around 114 sales at $1,800 a month. That's not bad. And again, this could just be the kickstart for their print-on-demand business. This could be just one of the many t-shirts that they're getting sales for. They've got a whole bunch of excellent keywords here, more keywords there. And bear in mind, if you do want to go with the older age in terms of back to school, back to university, back to college, make sure to make it relatable. Now, again, with this one, this is just a fantastic, fantastic design. Selling at $19, so they're making a bit more profit. If we refresh this to see what they're actually making, these people are doing monthly sales of 62, so not very many, $1,177 in revenue a month. So look, it's not the best, but for all we know, this could be one of many, many t-shirts. And bear in mind, it's still very early to be buying this. So come the end of July, August, and the beginning of September, that's when these kind of t-shirts are going to take off. So it's better to be ready for that time. And lastly, the fifth and final niche. Now this niche doesn't have anything to do with July, and it's more of an evergreen niche. And this is the niche I was telling you about right at the beginning of the video, about an evergreen niche that you could sell all year round. This niche is the funny definitions niche, and I'm sure you've seen it before, and it's been popular in the past, it's going to be popular in the future, but it's really starting to take off at the moment. Again, I mean, it has taken off before, but it's really taking off. And basically all it is a job title or a hobby followed by a funny way of describing it. So we're going to have a look at some t-shirts and I'm going to show you what I mean. And the reason why I like this niche is because you can totally make up whatever you want and you can just speak your mind, right? You can literally just make up anything. So for example, photographer. You can just find out anything funny and put it there as the description. It doesn't actually have to be the real definition of that word. And a great way to actually come up with ideas is, if you're on any WhatsApp groups or Facebook Messenger groups or just texting groups, right? iMessage groups, you can just say, hey, give me your funniest definition for this word and let everyone respond. And you've just got yourself, 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 different t-shirt ideas. I'm sure they won't mind if you want to turn them into t-shirts. So like cyclists, like nurses, like photographers, the list is endless in terms of who this could work for. Let's check out the computer and see what other people have come up with. This is always going to be a laugh and they always do well. So this is Funkle, which is... it's just like a regular uncle, only way, way cooler. See, also exceptional and handsome. So again, these are stupid, they're funny, they mean nothing, but people love wearing them. People love buying them for other people as gifts. This person is doing, let's have a look. This person's doing 62 sales, just over $1,000 in revenue. It's not a lot of money, but if this is one of many t-shirts, it could be really good, especially if you have a whole line of funny definition t-shirts. Let's have a look at some others. Swim coach. Like a normal coach, but cooler. See how easy that design is. And again, it won't make a whole bunch of money. If we refresh this and have a look, it really won't make that much money. 32 sales, 600 revenue. It's only making a few sales, but if you have enough of them, all together combined, it does actually make quite a lot of money. And then we've also got softball dad, like a baseball dad, but with bigger balls. You've got pop pop, the term for a man whose grandkids you know, it's a long one. But basically what I'm saying is these definition t-shirts are getting more and more popular right now. So definitely consider them in terms of creating designs this July. Those were the top 5 potential niches which could do really well this month. Now, as I've said in previous videos, I am no prophet, so I can't guarantee that these are going to get you tons and tons of sales. All I can say is based on the numbers, based on the facts, based on all the research done for these specific niches, they seem to show the most promise. As well as that, there are plenty of other niches which I haven't spoken about in this video, and you can actually check out some other YouTubers' videos because they also do videos talking about different niches for July. At the end of the day, just make sure you're on the lookout for new ideas, new niches all the time, because as well as this video, you're going to come across many other really good niches, and there's no limit, right? So just keep creating designs for all these different niches and hopefully one of them takes off for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new here and you haven't already subscribed, it would really mean the world to me if you could subscribe and help me get to 50,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.